Hey, what's going on YouTube? Welcome to this week's episode of Tuesday Preppers, where we take a look at the in-game news and we see what's going on in the game, and we talk about killers and materia and abilities and weapons that you can pick up in the game right now that might help you out with some of this week's content. This week is no exception, and there is actually quite a lot of content that all falls under one banner on the news. Let's go ahead and take a look. If you click on news, it's this one here, A World Ripped Apart. Now, this is all Final Fantasy VI content, and if you click on it, we see that this is the first event here, the event dungeon, A World Ripped Apart. This is kind of like a King Mog event where you're going to farm up currency and then use it to summon on like a raid box, basically. But you use energy to farm it, not raid orbs, which is kind of cool. And the main enemy in it is called the Death Warden. It is an undead reaper with minus 50% ice and fire weakness, and you can use all the breaks you want on it. I don't think this will be that hard, but Reaper Killer will be pretty important for you to be able to go in and get the boss killed. You can get some neat stuff from this event, like the Tiger Fang Claws, which is attacks 170 and magic 160. It doesn't say it's two-handed, but I would hope that it's two-handed at this point, but I don't think it is. It doesn't say it, you know. We gotta do what we gotta do. And then you also get this Valagarmanda Magicite, which is magic plus 40 accessory, and it also gives you 25% Esper summoning damage, as well as being able to cast Firaga, Blizzaga, and Thundaga. So be able to give this to a unit and let them cast those spells makes an easy chaining partner. If you've ever been like sad that you missed out on the Arcana Rod, this is going to be a nice alternative because it's going to be equipped on anybody. So you definitely don't want to miss this, just because utility items like this are really cool. You can also get an upgrade for the Royal Crown and the Soul Saber, which are old event items. And you can get those just from like completing the stuff and getting all the recipes and materials from doing the event. And there you go, lots of bonuses from characters, and we're going to move on past that. Cool, so don't miss the event. Get the help of new Edgar and new Sabin if you're into them, but if you're not, that's okay. We also have this event here, The Beast from Behind, and if you've played Final Fantasy VI, you kind of know why that's a funny title, and a good title for this event. It is a two-stage fight against an enemy, the Behemoth King. He's also got the Undead Behemoth King. You got both versions here. And he's part Reaper, part Beast, depending on what form he's in. Both forms have minus 50% fire and light weakness, and they are resistant 50% to everything else except for ice, which is 0. And again, you can use all the breaks. Now, you're going to fight this once a day to get lots of event currency, event points, and certificates that you can use to craft all that stuff. So definitely want to do this every day. And then we also have the second part, which is the power to unite Espers and men. Now I put an asterisk there because it's 2022. We can say Espers and people. Okay, we're not going to say men because you know there are ladies on this party sometimes too. Let's get with the times, okay? But this is locked to a Final Fantasy VI unit, so it'll be kind of interesting depending on what kind of stuff you want to do. But you are going to get Master's Crowns for this. Master's Crowns with an S at the end of it. Notice that's pretty cool. And Trust Moogles and Emperor Gigantars and lots of stuff. So this is going to be a lot of fun, I think, especially since it is limited to Final Fantasy VI units. It is the Ultima weapon. It's a beast. It is resistant to all elements at 50% except for fire and ice, which it is 0% resistant. You can use all the breaks you want on it. And I'm thinking I probably want to bring Terra to this, quite honestly. Final Fantasy VI does have a lot of fire affinity, and so I think that'll be kind of where I want to go with this, but we'll see how it goes on Thursday. And then the last one is the oh, that's a beast enemy, by the way. The last one is the Daring Rescue at the Crumbling House. This is an exploration event, and there's not a whole lot of information on the wiki right now about what these enemies are, but they do tell us that you fight scorpions and Zoka and Nightwalkers. I assume scorpions are bugs. No idea what Zoka is, and Nightwalkers, I'm going to guess, are Reapers, just based on the description. So we're going to be mainly focusing on Reaper because the main boss, the daily boss, and potentially this one have Reaper in it. And so we're going to be talking about getting Beast Killer and Reaper Killer in tonight's episode. But that's all the event stuff, you know. There's also a couple of other new things coming out. I'm going to go over these quickly because I do have a little bit of a cold and I don't want to talk too much. If you click on news, the new Hero Crest Pass, this is a new thing, kind of like the Adventurer Quest. that you can kind of buy into to get more stuff. There is Lapis in here, and then there's a bunch of free stuff too. So I think that's kind of cool. There's not free Lapis in here, but there's a lot of VIP coins and summon tickets, and so there's lots of good stuff here. So I'm excited about this. Depends on how much the bundle costs, but that could be worth it. You do get quite a bit of Lapis from doing this, so maybe it's worth it. Kind of price that out and see. We've also got Edgar and Sabin. So like if you're kind of into those units, Edgar's kind of like a middling breaker and jumper. His jump is really weird because it takes 2 turns. I don't know why they do that to him, because his Neovision Awakens form is also a 2-turn jump, and they could have made this version better and missed opportunity. And then also Sabin is a damage dealer, lots of damage against beasts. He focuses on fire. Edgar focuses on ice. And then we've also got Gal, who's a Neovision's Awakened unit, on the banner. And one thing that I think is really cool is that Gal's STMR, if we scroll all the way past all this other boring stuff, his STMR, or the cape, can give 75% beast killer for physical and magical to anybody who wears it. This is a very valuable thing to put on an accessory. I will be adding this to the beast killer stuff once we get this in the game. So definitely pick up at least one of these. Don't just fuse all your Gals just to make him at EX3. Try and focus on getting as many of these as you can, because these are going to be valuable going forward. And yeah, otherwise, good luck pulling if you like Final Fantasy VI. Personally, I'm holding off until the week after, because I want to see what's coming next. I think we know what that is at this point. Everybody who pays attention probably knows what that is. So yeah, let's talk about killers. So I said beasts are one option, and then reapers. So let's talk about beasts first. You could go after Beast Killer Plus from Scorn of Aemon for a really good materia. You could also go after Cerberus, and then also Rafflesia. If you have the power to take out Rafflesia, I don't think you'll have any issues with this event. But you can get Beast Killer from both of those. Valued Memories from Irvin continues to be a really good memory materia for this, as does Avalanche Tifa's Vision card, Infernal Battle Garb. Lots and lots of good stuff for Beast Killer. Beast is not that uncommon, so I don't want to focus too hard on it, but Reaper is a little more uncommon, and that's where we're going to be going tonight. So if we grow into Reaper, here we go. The one we're going to be going after is the Reaper Eater Sense from Stroper, the advanced version. And we're going to show you an easy way to take that out. You could also get Undead Killer and Undead Killer Plus from Doulahan. You could get Conquering the Fear of Spirits from Scorn of the Ancient Hellbringer, which we've done before. Ancient Sword from Tiamat. Stardust Rod. Lots of kind of one-handed weapons are not that great. You know, it is what it is. And then some STMRs and TMRs that are also not that great. We're going to focus on the Reaper Eater Sense from the Stroper Advanced. And so I'm going to show you a team that can do this in one turn without taking any damage, and have some fun with it. And you don't even have to have any good Neovisions units. We have Tulian, so I'm going to take advantage of Tulian. You don't have to have Tulian for this, I don't think. Just bring a good breaker and a nice Earth Imperil. You know, honestly, Sylvie can do a little bit of an Earth Imperil on her own, but we're going to use Tulian because we've got him. Okay, so we're going to go into the Vortex, and we're going to go into Nemesis, 12 types takedown, and the Stroper trial, and this is the advanced version. So the challenges are to beat it within 10 turns with a party of 5 or less and no deaths. We're going to get all that done. It's a stone enemy, and he puts up a field effect that makes him really weak to earth, and that's very, very good because we have a very strong earth damage dealer we're going to bring to this fight, and that is a Tsukiko. All you have to do is grab any random Tsukiko off of your friends list that is relatively well geared. I'm going to grab this one here, Makarao. Thank you so much for your Tsukiko. Now let's just check the gear, make sure everything's okay. All we really care about is the shift form, and what do you know, they're wearing a rod, perfect, and some good gear and some good stuff. Has all the relevant stuff, LB damage and Esper damage, Evo damage. Perfect. All right. So we're going to otherwise take this team. Realm has nothing equipped. Sylvie has only her STMR, and that's it. Tulian has only his quest item from Season 4, the Vidar, which is going to give him his big Earth Imperil. If you don't have that, I don't think it matters. Just use his other Imperils, or like I said, bring another Earth Breaker, and you're fine. And then Biggs and Wedge are just wearing the quad attack build for chaining. Perfect. There you go. And we've got a party of 5, and we're ready to go. Like I said before, he puts up an earth field that says reduces earth resistance. And I'll show you how bad his earth resistance is by the time we're done. He's already at minus 195. And we haven't even gotten started. So we're going to go ahead and do a Rod in Peril from Realm. Would you pose for a portrait? Yes, I will. Sylvie is going to go ahead and use triple and use Gravel Egg. And then use all eggs in one basket on Tsukiko. And then use Marion Watch Over Me for just stat buffs. Tulian is going to use Full Breakdown and Jord Kicks, which is his like really big Imperil, and then whatever he wants. Tsukiko is going to shift and use Destructive Earth. And notice our boss now has minus 275 Earth resistance, which is really, really big. Tsukiko just needs a nice chain to bolt to cap off, and then the boss will die instantly. So here we go. She's gonna send her LB. Biggs and Wedge are gonna chain. Boss is gonna die. Tsukiko, really good at earth damage. So that's all missions completed, and you got Reaper Eater Sense with a random Tsukiko friend. A handful of 5-star base units and a Neovision, which doesn't even have to be there. You could honestly bring anything else, but I have Tulian, so I'm going to bring him. Notice he didn't do anything except break, so just bring a breaker. It's cool. There you go. So with that, you too can have some Reaper Killer and get yourself ready for all the Reaper enemies that are coming out in the Final Fantasy VI event this week. But yeah, be sure to come check us out on Thursday over at Twitch. We'll be playing live over there, doing all the new stuff and working out clears and stuff for the videos. And then be sure to check out the live stream event that's happening depending on where you live on Saturday night for me. And then, you know, last time we had a live stream event, there was a beige carpet after party with a lot of people talking about the event and all the stuff that we saw. And you'll definitely want to come back because we're going to have another one of those. So be sure to check that out on Saturday night, Sunday morning after the live stream event is done. I'll be posting that just as soon as we are done recording it. And this time the audio is not going to be bad. So yeah, maybe just the opinions. But yeah, thanks guys for watching this video. If you like it, if you find this helpful, please you know, subscribe and like and comment and do all the things that help keep this video on the forefront of everyone's awareness, because I certainly like doing it and I want it to be helpful for people. To do that, we got to keep it visible to people. So if you've lasted this long and haven't clicked the button yet, go ahead and do it, and we'll see you on Thursday over on Twitch. All right, take care.